Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome to episode 4 of The Nightlife, our Vampire the Masquerade chronicle set in the beautiful, warm, and sunny town, Miami. You'll notice we're one kindred down tonight, but that isn't going to stop us. As usual, we're going to jump right back into this story, and I'll let these beautiful people talk at the end of our episode. A lot happened last week. It was eventful. The coterie found out that Isaac Meadows was the individual responsible for the camera that had been placed at La Palabra, seemingly at the behest of one Isadora Payne. Isaac had fallen into kind of this weird rabbit hole with this eccentric viewpoint about the undead and how they walk among us, and his whole apartment was just decked out in information that was hundreds of years old. His fanaticism had peaked, so to speak. Once he had the footage in hand, he, of course, like you would if you believed in that kind of thing, you forwarded it to every single government agency, newspaper, magazine, police office, anyone within a mile that would listen to it. But he didn't notice that the footage seemed to be somehow corrupted, almost to the point where there's nothing valuable there anymore. While Carmina Louvier and Giselle were investigating Isaac's apartment, Raina witnessed the arrival of a couple of G-men who seemed to be there for Isaac as well. Carmina, thinking very quickly, in an effort to cover up this whole mess, lit the apartment on fire and then jumped out the window. Did I miss anything, guys?
No, that's pretty accurate.
A lot happened. It was an eventful evening, especially for
there
a bunch of
seagulls.
People what was that?
Seagulls.
There were the seagulls.
Yes. If you've been paying attention to our story so far, you'll make note that seagulls have been present just seemingly everywhere. Not just because it's Miami, mind you, but because Percival the Nosferatu, he sends them everywhere. They witnessed this whole catastrophe at Isaac's apartment. They witnessed your events at the college. They've been at La Palabra for the past little bit. So Percival knows what's up. Mm-hmm. Rejoining our kindred, you all had ditched Peter. You were heading back to La Palabra for the evening. Carmina, with your quick thinking, you had ignored a phone call from Isadora on your phone, but still managed to get out of the building in time before the gunfire started upstairs in Isaac's apartment. The four of you sit in the back of this town car, exhausted, as you head back to the club. And as the car slows to a halt in front of the club, I need everyone to make me a wits and awareness roll.
All right.
So it begins. 3 successes.
3 successes.
3.
Oh, matching.
Mm-hmm.
2 successes.
Nice.
1 was a 10.
With 2 successes, Giselle, you make quick note of the fact that there are, once again, seagulls. 6 of them just sitting on the sidewalk, kind of staring at the car as it rolls up. Carmina and Louvier, you two notice the seagulls, but what you also notice is that every single light in La Palabra seems to be on right now, which they weren't when you left.
No, it's a problem.
Great. Well, somebody's probably about to join us.
Or something went wrong while we were gone.
I mean, something went wrong while we were gone, yeah. But all right. Let's see what this is. If it was anything dangerous, I'm sure I would have been notified. Seeing as how it's attached to, if there was something really bad.
Well, remember that you left Bastien in charge.
Uh-huh.
He's not the update type.
Great.
Yeah.
I wonder why anybody's are getting paid for whatever they do.
It's not his job, but it still gets done. Raina, sitting next to you, Carmina, is going to sort of like clutch your forearm and then.
Oh my God, what? You scare me every time you do that.
I do it for your own good. I don't sense anything wrong. It was Aleha.
What was Aleha? What did she do?
The lights. Don't you see them? You can't tell that all of the lights are on?
Well, yes, obviously, but is she mad? Is she
She's always mad.
Yeah, she's always mad.
She must have come back after she went and spoke to Isadora, I suppose.
Great. All right. Well, shall we?
Lead the way.
Great. Cool. She doesn't scare me. I just kind of smooth my hair out, straighten my dress, make sure there's no scuff on my shoes, and just walk right in.
There is a little scuff, but it's to be expected since you flung yourself out a window not too long ago.
That's true.
Yeah.
I still don't like it.
Just a little one. You'll be able to buff it out. It'll be fine.
Fine. I will be in a bad mood though later.
Understandable. Giselle, are you going to follow?
Well, clearly they can't be left alone.
Naturally. Duvier.
There's always something happening with Carmina, and it's the best show I could ever ask for. Cable television? Who needs it?
I'm so glad that you find my life so entertaining.
I mean, have you seen you?
I mean,
He's not wrong.
There you go.
Okay. Let's figure out what she wants.
As the four of you approach the front door of La Palabra, that double set of doors, Raina just kind of like half jumps. She just sort of like straightens very quickly. I have to go. I'll be back.
Where?
It's fine. Carmina, Mom's calling.
Oh.
So
okay.
I'll take care. And then she just sort of like speed walks down away from La Palabra. Carmina, you know she's headed to her apartment.
Okay. That was weird. Not wrong. She has her reasons. It's fine.
Are you two sisters? And I just never knew that.
Oh, we're not sisters, but we've just been friends for such a long time. I mean, we're basically like sisters.
So is it your mom or her mom?
Her mom.
Neat.
Mm-hmm.
She's single?
Don't know. Wow. Okay, I wasn't. Okay.
I mean, I still prefer you. Don't get it twisted. I was just curious.
High compliment.
Thank you. I am sure she's probably also your type.
Who isn't?
What do you think? There you go. See? What do you think that is, Carmina? Do tell. I'm curious.
Oh. Well, I've been surprised by what your type is lately because of Peter, but
It's like having ginger. It's a palate cleanser so you can truly enjoy things of taste.
there's just so many more charismatic guys who come into the club. I just did not peg Peter as one of them.
That's because he's your polar opposite.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Imagine this, all right? You have a steak, right?
Uh-huh.
But maybe you're not a huge fan of it, but you have it. Savory flavor, delicious. And then you
Okay.
genuinely want something sweet. Now that savory thing you had earlier, it is going to make that sweet that much more delightful because your taste buds, they're already settled on the opposite end of the spectrum. So when you have that decadent Chardonnay, it will be unlike anything else, even if steak isn't your flavor.
Okay, but
Plus, I got a rise out of you, and that was worth it.
okay. Well, that's fair. But, you know, Peter's not my Chardonnay either.
No, that's you, sweetheart. So what are we doing next?
We are
So
going
Aleha
inside.
turned on all of the lights. Why?
Yeah. I don't know. It can't be good. She's probably mad at something as usual.
Going to remind the three of you that there are seagulls listening intently to every word of this conversation.
Shit.
It's
Okay.
funny, they almost laughed at the steak metaphor. I don't know if seagulls can laugh. It's like a crrr or something like that, but
I do also like chicken. Actually, I just like roasted bird.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So do I.
Why are you looking at
Delectable.
why are you looking at the seagulls again?
No reason.
Oh. I'm going to eat you. Just say that to them.
There you go.
one of them like takes a couple little seagull steps closer to you and just goes,
Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I pick it up.
Listen, I'm gonna if we have to wait anywhere longer for this conversation. I'm just done with
Inside, please.
With yes, thank you.
Carmina and Giselle. Oh, we're gonna do the thing. Don't you worry, Luthier. Carmina and Giselle, as you step into La Palabra, it doesn't look like anyone's here.
Are the wards still in place? Can we tell?
You cannot tell.
Can I go check the surveillance footage that's running?
Are you checking it for current or past?
Both. We can work our way.
Why don't you make me an intelligence and technology roll?
Okay.
Giselle, what would you like to do?
I would like to see if Aleha is around.
So you're just gonna check the rooms?
I'm gonna start checking the rooms. I'd like to look at first. Actually, first I'd like to look back where the where there was the damage during the fight.
Okay.
And see what the state of that is, and then I'm going to start looking around.
Make me a wits and investigation roll. Louvier.
Yes.
You're gonna have to make me let's say a dex and brawl roll to catch this bird.
Hell yes. I've been waiting for this moment all of my life.
Vampires are so elegant, you guys.
I have failed.
3 successes. Just want to catch a damn pigeon.
So with 3 successes, you are fast enough to make a quick grab. And actually, you have celerity too. Go ahead and roll your celerity ranking as well.
Yes.
Because I feel like it's appropriate here.
Yes. 4 successes. An extra one.
Okay. With 4 successes, you are able to make a quick grab and you sort of snatch at the seagull's foot. But you forgot that you were grabbing a bird of the ocean. So in addition to having its wings sort of just like beating against your arms and in your face and kind of messing up your hair a little bit, it's also just frantically pecking at your eyes while this is happening.
Stop it.
It does manage to pull itself free, but only because its 5 other bird friends also come over and start pecking at your head.
Yep. Stupid ass birds. Turn you into a stir fry.
Giselle, if you take a quick backwards glance, you can see Louvier outside fighting the birds.
I think I get distracted by that. And
What'd you roll?
I failed.
Oh, nothing?
I rolled nothing.
Okay.
My highest was 5s.
Did you happen to get one of the little like skulls on your hunger dice?
I did not.
Okay. So that could have been interesting. So you go over to where the plaster had kind of been cracked and caved in during the scuffle earlier tonight. Man, it's only been one night. And the crack in the plaster it's a crack in the wall. You're not a contractor. You don't really know what to make of it. It's about 12 inches wide, and it's just deep enough in the center that like you can see to where the actual framing of the wall is. So it's pretty bad. You're gonna have to get someone in here to get it fixed. Carmina, what did you roll?
2 successes.
How many?
2. Am I muted? No, 2.
No, I think it just clipped you. With 2 successes, you can go back and take a look at the surveillance footage. The hard part about it is you can't determine what time anything really happened. It's an old system, so the dates at the bottom, probably because Giselle's been here for so long, they're always sort of scrambled and never really in the right order. So you can see earlier today where you guys were standing in the middle of La Palabra having a conversation about this camera. You can see that Aleja left to go talk to Isadora. You can see Bastien sort of roll his eyes, shoo you guys out the door, make 5 or 6 drinks for himself, and then make a leisurely exit over to the hotel to manage that for you in your absence. And then there's just like a whole bunch of nothing for a while. And then Aleja comes back. It doesn't really look like she did anything in particular that's out of the ordinary here. She came through the whole bar. She picked up extra glasses. She threw away trash. She checked the till to make sure that there was money in there and that Bastien hadn't been stealing again. She did a walkthrough of the whole premises. The only thing that strikes you as maybe a little strange here is that she actually exits the back way beside the office that you're currently sitting in, which leads out into an alley.
I just kind of peek my head out to see if I can see Giselle or Louvier, if they're within view.
You can see Giselle standing maybe 6 feet back from this broken piece of plaster, but she's not looking at it. She's kind of glancing to her left.
I'll just movies.
Because I'll just
attack.
I'll just kind of like lean back in my chair, look out to try to call to Giselle, but when I see that she's not paying attention, I'll walk over to her. Hey, what? Hey,
what?
Hello?
What?
What is? Oh my God, hostile.
What?
I'm just asking. What? Okay, I just was looking at footage. And I saw Aleja leaving through the back way into the alley.
Why would she do that?
Exactly.
At this moment, Bastien is going to come through the connecting room from the hotel, staring at the phone in his hands. Excuse me, we're closed. You guys are gonna have to leave. Oh, it's you.
Oh, it's me. Yes. Are you sober yet?
Not if I'm lucky.
Do we drink on the job?
I don't know what you do.
I wasn't asking what you think I do.
Well then this feels like a trick question because yes.
Okay. And do we do that here?
Who's this royal we?
I was
It
gonna
is
say, this
the
is a
royal
bar.
we in which you are employed at.
What is Luvi doing?
What is Luvi doing?
At that point, I would activate my daunt while fighting these stupid sky pigeons.
Roll me, roll me composure and intimidation.
Dope. I've gotten to use more different skills fighting these seagulls, and I'm so here for it. You said composure and intimidation?
Correct.
Ooh,
This is
good
what
at that.
RPGs are made for.
Fighting beach pigeons.
Yeah.
Beach pigeons. Oh, it's horrible.
Terrible.
4 successes.
What are you trying? What are you trying to do right now?
Just like scare them away while swinging at them. Like I want them to go away, but I want to feel like I won.
It's gonna work, but I also would like you to make me an intelligence and stealth roll just while you're at it for no reason in particular.
Happily. And like if one of the pigeons gets too close, like I'm calling them pigeons that. If one of the seagulls gets too close, I'm not opposed to trying to like,
You're gonna Aussie it and like bite off its head.
I nah, I'm gonna like Kalima. That is 2 successes.
All right, cool. So in this ferocious moment out on the sidewalk, Giselle and Carmina, you can totally see this. Louvier does something with his posture where he almost seems to grow in size, and it's very much like that dominance thing that you see in nature all the time, where animals make themselves look bigger, and he just kind of like
at the beach pigeons,
growls down at these seagulls that are all just sort of looking up at him. 2 of them fly off, and Louvier looks satisfied with the fear in the other 4 seagulls' eyes. But what he didn't notice, and you 2 absolutely do, is there's a family of tourists on the other side of the street who are staring. The like 13-year-old that's with them has their phone out, and they're just sort of giggling at this.
Great.
But
Amazing.
It doesn't break the masquerade.
Great.
It's true. You just look a little off. Louvier, do you go inside once you are satisfied with your victory over the pigeon or over the seagulls? See, now you guys
Aha,
want me doing it.
contagious. Yes, I do. I walk inside and say,
How many tourists were watching?
4. It was a
Just family.
Yeah, middle-aged couple and their teen and tween kids.
And there was one phone out.
I walk over. But
Oh, go ahead. No, please.
I'm gonna say, all right, I've taken care of the seagulls. If they were watching, they were listening, they were doing anything. Not anymore.
Bastian
You
is
come to
gonna
us,
roll
or
his
do you
eye.
deal with the family?
Oh, I go to all of you and say that. They just think I'm a weird man.
I thought you said that to the family. I was like,
Okay.
cool.
He doesn't see the family. He doesn't know they're there.
Oh, he didn't see him at all.
Awesome.
Okay,
All
right.
I'm sorry.
Cool.
I am going to just walk outside and walk over to the family and say, "Why were you filming that?"
Not every day you see a man fight seagulls. Now, we've read a lot of stories about Florida man, but I'm sure he's harmless.
Yeah, so it's totally unacceptable to film someone who is dealing with a mental health crisis. You should delete that.
Also, you should go back to your rooms. What are your kids doing up so late? I am judging you. I just yell from a distance.
You should delete that, and I'm going to stand here until you delete that. It's unacceptable, and posting something like that anywhere without someone's consent is completely unacceptable. The person clearly going through something.
You're being real mean to a child. Right
now. Because that's completely unacceptable.
So
what
is
you're
being
doing
mean
there.
to a child. You know, La Palabra is supposed to be really highly rated. Do you work there?
That's completely irrelevant to this conversation. I'm talking
about
our
continental breakfast is probably
ready.
You
need to put that away. You need to get rid of that.
They're gonna kind of just like start backing away from you. And then as soon as it looks like you couldn't reach out and snatch at them, they're gonna kind of turn and just speed walk away.
Cool. No, before that, can I not have that happen first?
How are you going to prevent it?
I would like to cloud memory on the one who was saying I thought La Palabra was a nice place, whatever that was.
Okay.
I'm going to kind of just lock eyes and say, forget. And then on the kid, I'm going to kneel down next to the kid and I'm going to say, listen. And I'm going to use mesmerize. What you did was completely unacceptable. You are going to go through your phone and you are going to delete that video and you're going to delete any other videos you have of anything around this club. You're going to want to do that. You don't want that on your phone. You know it's wrong. You will take care of this. Okay.
The hard part about this is the fact that you have to keep this kid's gaze. I don't know when the last time you spoke to a 13-year-old was, but they're not real great at that. And especially not when a terrifying
I'm wearing
woman,
fairly tight clothing.
I didn't say it was a boy.
Use that. Neither did I.
I mean, so the kid is going to kind of just like pry their eyes away from their phone for a second. They're still watching this video and sort of giggling. And they'll kind of like look at you for half a second with an eyebrow raised and then glance at their mom and then their dad and then look back at the phone and then back at you. So you get the sense that like you scared this child, even if your command didn't work quite how you intended. They sort of like press a few buttons on the phone and roll their eyes and put it in their pocket.
Am I
okay,
around
you can leave now?
Here, like I'm within earshot of any of this.
I don't know. You just screamed at them from across the street. You tell me.
Do I at least see that things are not going so well from my vantage point?
Make me an intelligence and streetwise roll.
Okay. 3 successes.
From your vantage point, you can see that Giselle has thoroughly terrified this poor tourist family. However, you can also see that Jim Bob and his wife Virginia are not really going to be threats to anything that you guys have going on.
Jim Bob and his wife Virginia.
Jim Bob and Virginia. That's their new name. I decided. They've been dubbed.
I'm going to walk over and just say, to Giselle, it's really late. I'm sure they're tuckered out and we are also as well. Why don't we just all go home and have, just a nice relaxing night? Do you want me to take a family picture for you guys just to commemorate?
Jim Bob's going to kind of like, as soon as you speak directly to them, he's going to kind of like just like shake out of the cloud memory state he was in. I think we've got to get back to our Holiday Inn. It's real nice, but they were setting up our rooms for us.
Yeah, you should probably go. Because if you're just really, really late, and if I'm sure you're gonna wake up, you might miss the continental breakfast.
They have donuts and croissants. Spoiled.
Yum. You don't want to miss that.
Virginia's gonna kind of like look at her husband. Thank you, ladies. I think I should really get him somewhere safe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And again, she'll kind of just like shuffle her family down the street.
Good night.
Yeah.
I hate kids. I'm so glad I do not have kids. Shall
You
we?
you look down. Just
That's hilarious.
down.
Oh, that little shit. All right. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. They're already scuffed. They're pretty much gone. I will get a new pair. I will not kill that child. I will be. Are they gone? Giselle, are they gone?
How far off are they?
They are about 200 yards from where you guys are now.
They're leaving.
Good. That's good.
Wait
Because
it
I
out.
am running out of patience.
Wait it out. Almost there.
Just tell me when they're out of sight, please.
They round the corner.
They're gone.
I hate kids so much. All right, can we just, I would like to go back inside away from these flying beach rats and away from snotty children who chew gum and leave it on the bottom of my shoe. I would like to go back inside.
Let's go then.
The three of you go back inside, and Bastien is standing at the end of the bar. Like, he clearly watched everything that just happened, and he's sipping on another drink.
I did fail that rouse check, by the way.
Okay, go ahead and up your hunger.
I did.
It is getting to be just about dawn. Is there anything else that the three of you would like to do this evening?
I keep looking around because I need to find things. I got distracted as I was searching, and it's really important that I make sure this place is thoroughly searched.
Make me, what's the appropriate check here? Let's say intelligence and investigation. I feel like that's appropriate for this particular thing. Olivier, what would you like to do with the remainder of your evening? Or morning?
Did they really clean up after last night?
In what way?
Like cleaning the bar and everything, and like loose articles and such.
I mean, as much as you can really trust Bastien to do, which is very little. So normally the way that this kind of goes is Aleja will show up at 2 or 3 in the afternoon and do the basic pickup for the next day's business. She doesn't love the way that Bastien operates, but he does bring in a not insignificant number of clients.
Louvier is just going to go to Bastion and ask if there's anything new in the lost and found clothing wise.
Make me, boy, I wish luck were a part of this game. Make me a resolve and investigation roll.
Hell yeah.
Carmina, what would you like to do with the remainder of your morning?
I very quickly just want to peek into that alley and see if anything unusual is there.
Make me wits and investigation.
Okay.
What did you end up with there, Giselle? Was it 1 or 2? 2? Okay. With 2 successes, looking around, it doesn't really seem like anything is out of place. Like, it's odd because about this time on a normal night is when you all would be kicking out the last patrons and locking everything up. You would be saying your goodbyes to the influential people that you invited to the club, but nothing really seems off except for all the lights being on. Carmina?
Yes.
What'd you get?
4 successes.
With 4 successes, you can look out into this alleyway. There's nothing like, there's not like a broken heel or, a blood spatter or anything like that out in the alleyway. No more than usual. But you realize standing there that no one would leave the club this way unless they didn't really want to be seen leaving. Because the way that the camera is positioned, the one that catches the back door, you can't see which direction someone goes when they step out that way. Whereas the rest of the cameras all show the windows and doors of La Palabra. There's actually a camera outside of the club kind of looking down on the sidewalk. So it would be really easy to tell where someone was going if they exited the front. But not the case in the back.
I'm just going to text Raina as I'm on my way back in. I'm just gonna, I didn't notice the crack in the wall last time when I went over to Giselle because we didn't discuss.
I mean, it's there. You saw it get created, but.
So there's nothing like, what was it? What was the crack from?
One of the gentlemen who was pulling fisticuffs
that's
got
right.
pushed back into.
That's right. Okay. So I'm just going to text Raina. Louvier got into a seagull fight. I hate kids. Shoes are ruined. Sad emoji face. And then I'm going to say Raina left through the back alley for some reason.
Aleja.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did Aleja left through the alley for some reason. Super sus. And I'm going to send that.
She's going to text back almost immediately with just sort of like one of those cringy face emojis. And then a couple of others that you get the sense she maybe accidentally hit a button or two on her phone. And then sus ?
Suspicious.
And then she sends back an emoji of the smiley face with the light bulb over its head, like idea. Louvier, what did you get?
There we go. It's tacky and it's loud, and most people wouldn't wear it, but he definitely found a yellow suit jacket, and he's just loving every second of it. Oh my gosh. This is it. He feels like Rick Astley if, he did more than sing and dance.
Like if Rick Astley had all of the talents instead of just the 2.
Yeah.
So as you're rifling through the lost and found, not only do you find this yellow suit jacket, you find a broken pair of sunglasses. You find like some tasteless, tacky body jewelry, and like an empty Velcro wallet that someone left behind. You actually find Peter's puka shell necklace that he ditched so quickly after he realized that was not the way to Carmina's heart. But as you kind of shrug on this yellow suit jacket, Bastien looks over and he just goes, I've always been a fan of bananas, and now you kind of have that going on.
You want some potassium, Bastien?
You tease every night. And then you run around with these pretty little things.
Are you jealous?
Yes.
Good.
You're not worth it.
You only say that because you haven't had it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you doing tomorrow night, Bastion?
You know what I'm doing tomorrow night. We're here every single night, Louvier. And he like chugs the rest of his drink.
And then how about it be something different tomorrow night?
Don't promise things that you don't intend to follow through on. I might not look like it, but I will whoop your ass.
You can try. You look
I'm
like
sure
a
they'd
very
love to see
powerful
that.
person. Very powerful. That's why the term is called power bottom, sweetie. I'll see you tomorrow night. Then I go find Carmina.
You hear Bastien just kind of let out this, not a harumph necessarily, but like a half laugh, half snort.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't see it, but you feel him roll his eyes. Like It was a powerful eye roll that led you.
Ooh, if I feel it, then I'm specifically going to say, yes, practice that. You'll need to remember that later without even turning around.
He makes himself another drink and goes back into the double doors leading to the hotel.
Toreador, baby.
Giselle, yeah. You didn't find much of anything out of the ordinary here, except that it's very quiet right now. The band is long gone. Bastien even retired for the evening. Carmina, he took a room. Just don't even worry about it. You can write it off at the end of the year or something. It's really quiet here.
I'd like to know two things.
Mm-hmm.
How much do we know about Percival? And also, is there somewhere that I can get a little bit more information on what was her name? Isadora.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Carmina was the only one who recognized the connection with Percival and the seagulls. Right?
Okay. Just making
That's
sure.
what I thought.
Okay. Cool.
So you could easily go and ask her.
But did she mention it to us?
I think I did.
I know you mentioned that they were watching, but I don't know if you ever dropped Percival's name. If you did, that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
I don't remember if I did or not. I feel like I made the seagull, like they were aware of the seagulls, but I'm not sure if
You just looked really paranoid about birds.
Yeah, you didn't tell us anything. You were just like, the seagulls, okay. The seagulls. And I'm like, all right, bet. It's the seagulls. Score up.
Find the seagulls. Whatever.
Yeah. The thing is, like, Louvier was convinced he was just fighting seagulls because you were upset about it.
Oh, no. Do you know that those birds gone?
Yeah, they're gone. I scared them away.
How much did you say in front of them?
You were there.
Everything that I said in front of you, and then I threatened them a little bit. I talked about turning them into seagull pot pies. I said the suggestive things about you in front of them. That's it.
They're Percival's cronies.
Percival?
Mm-hmm.
They're seagulls.
Care to elaborate?
I don't know. They work for him.
Who is Percival?
They're going to go and squawk back whatever they saw because they have been following us the entire night, apparently.
Oh,
Percival.
Like we saw them back at the... Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about Percival.
Roll me wits, streetwise, and contacts if you have it.
Me or Giselle?
Both of you, actually. Let's do both of you.
Wits, streetwise, and
Wits,
contacts?
Streetwise, and contacts. Giselle,
Okay.
your role is going to be for Isadora. Louvier, feel free to roll that as well. You'll also be recalling information about Isadora and not Percival.
And it's with streetwise and
If you have points in the merit context, go ahead and add them to your dice pool. 4 for Carmina.
Mhm. It was a critical.
Awesome.
it is 3 for me.
3 for me as well.
Let's start with Carmina. Carmina, you know Percival from your business. Percival is the guy you go to if you need information about anything and anyone. However, he's also super picky. He doesn't communicate with a lot of folks. And his presence here in Miami is intermittent at best. You realize that the reason why Giselle and Louviere probably don't know Percival, they've never had to. You sought him out to figure out who needed to be a part of your hotel, who you could trust, who should be invited to participate in the activities there. And you still use him from time to time to gather information, especially on your wealthier guests. Blackmail is a hell of a tool. The rest of you.
Oh, God.
Isadora. You've all known Isadora for a very long time. You all probably have had some less than pleasant run-ins with her. None more than Carmina, but she's just not a likable person. You know that she is the designated property manager for La Palabra, the building it sits on. She's not an owner, but she is a partner in the law firm that is currently managing La Palabra. You know that she and Aleja are involved and have been for quite some time. But she kind of stays out of your way. She trusts Aleja to run the place.
They're romantically partners, correct?
Yes. Giselle, you would probably note this more than Louviere to some degree. You know that she is a Ventru, like Carmina.
That's neat.
So Percival is kind of like my point of contact. He's one of us. If I ever need information on somebody, they're the person I kind of go to kind of suss out a situation or a person.
Okay.
He's an Nosferatu. I don't know why he would be sending the seagulls to follow us the entire night.
He could have a vested interest in what goes right and wrong.
Could be.
And if
He
he's,
could have been hired.
Yeah, if he
Could
is
have.
well in the know, maybe he's watching to see if how we succeed or fail, if he's causing problems. Or I'm sure Percival knows a thing or two about that strange little wombat man we saw in the hotel.
Peter?
No.
The professor.
Peter's
right.
Peter's more of an iguana.
Wait, at the hotel or at the apartments?
Oh, apartments. You're
The
right.
apartments.
That's what.
They were definitely there. I don't know how this benefits Percival, to be honest.
It probably doesn't have to benefit Percival. It has to benefit someone who wants something or is offering Percival something.
Look, someone is clearly following us.
Yes.
The camera, the surveillance.
Aleja leaving out of the back alley instead of out of the entryway like a normal person.
And the interesting thing is, they don't want us dead. They want us exposed.
Not sure
Well,
what they
and we
want
know
at this
that
point.
Aleja's girlfriend is causing problems for us too, or at least was involved in the situation with the
Yeah.
professor.
Mm-hmm.
That firm is all over the university. The things on the walls, the research, the cargo lists of the ships, the photos of the site.
As the three of you kind of marinate in this newly discovered information, the first rays of sunlight start to bathe the street in front of La Palabra.
I'm going to head up to my room. I don't want to hang out here, for obvious reasons.
Fair.
That's
Home's
valid.
not a bad call.
You're welcome to a room or to even stay in one of my rooms in my suite because we're kind of running out of time. I see that look, Louvier.
Yes, I wasn't
Don't get
hiding
any. Listen, I'm tired. But you both are welcome to stay.
You do have the option. There are some back rooms here at La Palabra, just in case, Louvier has another one of his long nights that are equipped with cots. All the doors lock, just like a normal bedroom. But so you have the option of those rooms, or you can go and stay in Carmina's luxury hotel.
Oh,
So
Olivia, if you have plans, don't let me stop you.
No, I have plans tomorrow night. Tonight.
You fought seagulls instead.
I did. I'll be dead quiet, Carmina. If that's what you prefer.
Somehow I doubt that. But
strange way to work off your energy. I have a haven with a security system. Can that be here-ish? Would that make sense that it's...
That's entirely up to you. If you would prefer that it be in another location, that's perfectly acceptable, but you won't have time to get there this evening.
Fair. Okay.
Morning.
I think Carmina probably has some protocols in place, so
I got you covered.
Fine. Hair is fine.
Carmina, we haven't gotten to see inside of the hotel yet. Could you describe it to
me? Well, the lobby is very extravagant. It has baccarat chandeliers and obviously, I did mention an aquarium earlier, and it's kind of like a panoramic wall of sea life. There's always people there to greet you and welcome you. It never feels like it's quiet, no matter what time of night it is. And there's a reason for that, because this hotel of mine also caters to our kind. Now, that's not something that's obviously on brochures, but it is well known within very private, elite, small circles that we will take care of whatever needs you may have. And that is whether it comes time for feeding or whether it comes time for like a mess you need cleaned up.
Every good hotel has room service.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so I do very much have 24 hours for our elite guests.
So as you kind of lead the other two through this lobby, there are a couple of in fact, the concierge is sitting there just like at his desk with his hands clasped in front of him, waiting for someone to service. It is fairly jarring that a banana yellow suit coat makes its way through the lobby and to the bank of elevators. I'm guessing that your suite is on the top floor.
Mm-hmm. It is.
The three of you make your way to these gilded elevator doors. Carmina has kind of a
And it would
card.
be a private elevator too.
Yeah. She's got a key card that she uses to sort of swipe, and one of the smaller but equally beautifully gilded elevator doors to the left swings open, and she leads the three of you inside. Taking you up to the top floor. This is a lavish suite. There's 6
So
bedrooms.
understated.
Yeah. Tasteful, rich. But there are 6 separate bedrooms in this one penthouse, and of course, you know, these lavish huge bathrooms, and it's just everything is top notch, gorgeous. Carmina, I'm guessing you go straight to your primary bedroom, the master, and slam the doors behind you, and do not let anyone follow you.
I do, but before I do, I would like to simply state that if anybody is a bit hungry, that they could just call up for it. But I give them a specific number that they have to dial for that specific room service.
Okay.
And then I do very much like, good night, because holy hell.
She slams these like 12-foot tall pocket doors right in your face. Giselle and Louvier. You're left alone.
I mean, I wouldn't mind a snack.
I'm hungry.
Would you like to call?
Do you want to share, or should we get our own?
I'd like my own.
That's fine. That's fine. Hey, I just wanted to make sure.
I mean, it's up to you, but
Oh, no. You can have your own.
it's been a long night.
That's all. So yeah, I'll call.
Before the first ring even finishes. Magnus Hotels, Trevor speaking. How can I help you this evening?
Hi, Trevor. I'm an associate of the absolute delightful Miss Carmina.
Oh,
and
super. We love her.
Yes, we do. Oh my gosh. Have you seen those
So
beautiful
glad I'm not on the
eyes?
phone.
Yes. She's my boss. I've seen her many times, sir. She is simply luminous.
Yeah. I just wanted to hear you say something else over exaggerated. All right, well, Trevor, I am a bit peckish, as well as a friend of mine. She told us to call this number for a special room service.
Yes. What kind of bodies will you be requiring this evening?
What's your taste, Giselle?
Did you say Giselle?
No, I'm sorry. I did not.
We have a file on her. It says here that she likes the slightly inadequate.
Is that right?
Fair.
Okay, yes, that sounds right. Your file is correct.
Splendid. I have a few members of the bowling league that took second in nationals, if that will do.
How does that, the bowling league that took second in nationals?
Send me one wearing a crucifix.
You said one wearing a crucifix?
Yep.
Okay.
I believe, yes, at least 2 of them have been baptized, attend church regularly. It looks like we'll be able to...
Which one's having an affair?
Which one's having an affair?
Let me see here. Stephen, both of them.
Both of them.
Either will do.
With
then.
each other.
With each other.
Oh.
Send whichever one's the bottom.
I do not have that information, sir, but you know what? I will make an educated guess and send that one right up. What can I get for you?
I would just like to say that also, if you order cheesy bread, that's also just code. Do with that what you like.
Cheesy bread is code for what?
That's the question.
What is cheesy bread?
Well, it is a delicious meal comprised of a pizza base with mozzarella parmesan and just a little, really a lot. We're Sicilian here. A lot of garlic on top. It's delicious. Bellissima.
Are you telling me that it's an Italian person?
No.
Oh.
Cheesy bread code is when they like take them to the spa to get like nice and cleaned up beforehand and have them sent over to you.
Oh, I don't care about that. Do you have any singers?
It depends on what skill level you're hoping for, sir. I have
I don't care. Anyone can sing if you give them a right pitch.
washed up teen pop star. Is that an acceptable
Oh, that sounds
vintage?
good.
Yes. What do they do now?
She cries a lot. But she went
Can I
back
have
to
that one instead?
Is that Giselle would like that one instead?
all right, I will remove Stephen from the registry then we will send up Tiffany for you, Miss Giselle. So are you two going to share then, or do you each need your own meal?
No, I need my own.
Okay. I have a country star. It looks like his career was ended when a stage collapsed and he was gored by a fake longhorn from the front of the stage.
Does he still have the scar?
Yes, several. It pierced him through and through.
Send that one.
All right. He might cry too.
If he cries, there'll be tears of joy, I'm sure.
All right, excellent. Well, I will get these two cleaned up and sent up in just a jiffy. Thank you guys so much for staying at Magnus Hotels. We hope to be able to help you out again soon. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. All right, I think we're all set.
Excellent.
Do you two retire to separate rooms at this point, or are you just kind of hanging out and waiting for your meals to arrive?
I'm just hanging out. Louviere's.
I'm hungry. I'm sitting in the living room just waiting for the door to ring.
After perhaps 10 minutes, not even that, the elevator doors open directly out into this room. And stepping out onto the white marble landing there are two people who look maybe a little dazed. Not exactly scared, but sort of like they think they're dreaming almost. There's a petite, dirty blonde who's wearing very heavy purple eyeshadow and just like a little too much contouring on the face, like it's very intense. She can't weigh more than 110. She's got a cute little like mini dress on. And like a little pink handbag slung over her shoulder. And she's taking little tiny, like timid steps. Next to her is a big guy. He's 7'2" with a denim button down, laced all the way up to the top with one of those little like, what are they called?
Bolos?
Yes, bolo tie. And he's wearing darker denim pants. And a huge belt buckle, but he kind of like limps just a little bit as he walks out of the elevator.
Welcome. Come on in.
Howdy, ma'am. I'm Garth, and this is Tiffany.
I'm a big fan.
Oh my gosh, really? Don't take this the wrong way, but you're like way older than most of my fans.
Is that so?
Yeah. Just by like a little bit, you just look so mature.
Because I am. They've always told me that I I'm wise for my years.
My manager said that once,
Hmm.
and then she dumped me.
How terrible for you. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. I have a comeback album that's going to be hitting shelves next year.
Do you? A comeback album. You need to come back from what you were doing.
I
mean, it
was
sounds like you did so well.
well,
about-
I kind of had to like leave my career and go to rehab for a little while. It's look, the tabloids made it out to be a way bigger deal than it actually was. It was
There's
only
no shame
crystal
in
meth,
that.
only the one time.
No shame in that. The shame is that you couldn't get back into it.
Yeah.
You tried so hard, but you just tried the public stunts, the relationship with the movie star.
I just, I need another little break. It'll come. It'll
You
be fine.
had all the money, you had all of the people around you to help. You didn't really have to try that hard. You didn't work that hard, did you?
I
could have tried harder.
I drove myself to all of my studio appointments.
Oh my gosh, you drove a car? Wow.
Well, no, I had a driver take me, but like I had to tell him where to go.
Oh, you didn't even drive yourself. You just said you drove yourself. You didn't even drive yourself.
You're twisting my words right now.
No,
Meanwhile,
that was what you said.
Garth is gonna kind of walk up and just like offer his hand to you right away, Louvier.
Take his hand and shake it, firm grip.
You're a handsome young feller.
Thank you, Garth. And you yourself. Delicious.
Don't be silly. It's I do have on my best denims tonight, but must have known I was meeting you.
Hey, it shows. Tell me, how long does it take to get dressed like that? Because it is a beautiful outfit.
Not long.
Not long.
Sometimes I miss the buttons. Hands are a little stiff, but
we can fix that. We can loosen them up. It's very easy.
You can, because my legs been stiff for like a decade. I got gored by this horn.
Mm-hmm. Is that the first time it's ever happened?
Well, yeah, it only really took the one time for me to be put off by it, I guess.
That makes sense. Don't worry. I'm sure we can loosen your muscles, make you relax, and then put you in a better place, even just after one night.
Golly, that'd be a real treat.
Come here, Garth. And like gesture to have him come down.
He does sort of like take a sideways look at what's happening with Giselle and Tiffy and realizes that he wants nothing to do with that conversation.
Yep.
And turns back to you and sort of like crouches just a little.
As he leans in, I want to go in for a kiss and use my lingering kiss ability. Put him into a sense of bliss.
It does kind of work a little better than you honestly expected. To the point where he's sort of like, you can see his eyes sort of flutter for a minute.
Yeah.
And his pupils roll back in his head to where you can almost just only see white. He almost falls backwards, but then sort of like regains his step. Gosh, is there somewhere more private we could go? Work out my muscles.
Come on, cowboy. And I'll lead him to another room.
Okay.
And I feed.
Important point of clarification. Do you take enough blood to kill him?
No.
Okay.
No. Beauty is I like having beauty around me. I gotta keep it.
He is a handsome cowboy.
Yeah, he can carry me. I need that is a fireman carry person right there.
Within the hotel, just for clarification,
Mm-hmm.
if we do kill, they can take care of that, right?
That was the impression that you got from Carmina, yes.
Excellent. Yes. I also would like to feed, but I will kill. She wasn't good enough.
Tell me how this goes down. Do you make her cry first?
I'm sure she tries to cry. I enjoy it, but she's a failure.
Tippy's eyes start welling up the more you tell her that she just wasn't good enough. She just didn't deserve what she had.
She didn't deserve it. She didn't appreciate it.
Of course not. She's ungrateful. And her eyes start to well up, and her gaze goes to like the middle distance, to where it's almost like she's trying to tune out the words you're saying because she knows how true they are.
You could have done so much, but auto-tune, Tiffany. Auto-tune.
When you go in for the bite, where do you bite her?
I think I bite her on the throat, but in the front of the throat, so I'm getting her voice, her vocal cords.
After you say auto-tune, Tiffany, your jaw kind of locks in right around her vocal cords, and she gives a little choked gasp, just and then you kind of feel her body relax. I like to imagine, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but in between drinks, you sort of continue this berating, this conversation about how she just didn't deserve it. She didn't deserve it.
And I think part of what I'm doing is I am finding the places where she failed and noting them to ensure that I don't ever do the same thing.
You bring up that one night at the Grammy Awards where she was so wasted out of her mind that she actually tripped on the red carpet and bare-assed a whole bunch of reporters from People magazine. You bring up that one duet record that she did with Bret Michaels that just was so far off the mark. You bring up the fact that she was brought in to do one of those after credits songs for a Pixar movie, and everyone fast forwarded through it. And every time you bring up one
because the in-movie version was so much better.
Exactly. And as you kind of let loose these truths that she's tried so hard to ignore, even though it's pleasurable to be fed upon and she is enjoying the experience, there is this moment where her body will tighten up again, and you'll sort of feel her sob just a little bit, and then you're right
taste that adrenaline from it.
And you feed until she is gone. Slake all of your hunger. That won't have any lasting ramifications, I'm sure. Meanwhile, Miss Carmina.
Yes.
What do you do once you close yourself off in your private suite?
Well, I also call room service after I change my outfit, of course.
Sure.
So I will call them up, and they usually have a list of what I like.
Magnus Hotel, Travis speaking. Hello, Miss Carmina. How are you doing tonight?
Hello, Travis. It's been a long, long day. I'm not sure which Ivy League to go with this time, but
we got a rather dashing specimen from Vassar the other day that I think you might really enjoy.
Oh, Vassar. Okay, we could do
He has a
Vassar.
law degree from Harvard, if that helps.
That helps. Okay.
I will.
Yeah, send them on up and just make sure that when they are, just have them walked over to my room directly, please.
Oh, okay, yes. We can certainly do that. I hope you have a lovely evening and find yourself well rested.
Thank you.
All right, good night, miss.
Good night. And they will know that my type is Ivy League and very financially successful, but do like being dominated is my type.
Before too long, Giselle, you would still be in the middle of your feeding while this is happening, so I don't know how close of attention you're actually paying. But the elevator door will open again, and a tall man in a navy suit that is cut it's a very expensive cut, and kind of an open-necked button down, steps out of the elevator and with purpose walks over to Miss Carmina's door and lets himself inside. Carmina, the man standing before you should probably have his own season of The Bachelor. He's very handsome. He looks to be well-bred and wealthy, and yet he stands silent before you right now.
I don't care to know your name. You will speak when addressed. And the first thing I would like you to do, and I do say this as I'm sitting in a very ornate armchair. Mm-hmm. If you look to your left, you will see a bar cart. On there is a bottle of Louis XIII. You will take 3 shots in succession, and then you will walk over to me in the appropriate way.
The man looks like he might hesitate for half a second. Then he glances to the cart, takes 3 swift steps over there, pours himself 3 drinks, takes them all in succession, and without being prompted, turns to face you again, hikes up his pants just a little bit around the knees, and goes down on all 4s to make his way over to you.
There we go. Give me your left wrist.
There's no hesitation this time.
And I take it. Look at me.
He meets your eyeline for the first time since entering this room.
And with awe activated, I'll take a bite.
The moment your fangs find purchase in his flesh, again, his body sort of lets out this sort of involuntary shudder. And without being able to stop himself, he says, thank you, miss.
I didn't tell you to speak.
He's fighting to maintain composure. How much do you drink from this gentleman?
Tonight, not too much. Just a little taste.
Okay.
Just to take the edge off of all of those seagulls and grubby children.
And grubby children. Go ahead
And
and
Peter.
remove 1 point of hunger. Is it safe to say that you all, having fed and found a comfortable place to sleep, you lay yourselves to rest for the day?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
But
Is there
immediately
anyone-
after,
Go ahead.
Immediately after, I will say, "You can leave now."
And he does, without a word, stand up and walk out the door. You actually see him, as you go to close the door behind him, step over the corpse of poor, exsanguinated Tippy towards the elevators. Giselle, what were you wanting to say?
I was going to ask if there was any procedure I needed to follow to ensure that it was taken care of, so to speak.
Well, see, there might have been, but you weren't given those instructions. If you wanted, you could try and call Trevor again, but you do get the sense that you could just kind of leave it.
Okay.
Do I see it when I go to close the door?
Absolutely.
Call extension 567. They'll take it. You don't even have to explain. Just dial it. They'll come up.
Okay.
Shut the door.
And I will do so.
Giselle, you're able to dial this extension. It's actually a rotary phone. So
thank goodness.
With it being old
I'm
school,
so glad.
yeah, it was actually fairly simple for you to use. Again, very tasteful in this apartment. And you don't even bother actually like putting the phone up to your ear. You just kind of like dial it and hang up immediately. And make your way to a suite that actually looks like it was kind of made for you. Everything is sort of black and very lush, with these blue accents. Like it very much matches your taste. Like it was made for you. And you all have a very restful day. When you awaken the following evening, Carmina, you're probably up first, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that you would like to do before you wake the others?
Well, as a very early riser, I will be impeccably just done up and dressed right from the get-go because, never want anybody to see me not fully done up.
Sure, yeah.
Of course. I will text Raina just, "You okay?" ?
You don't get an immediate response this time. Instead, it does the thing where there's like 3 dots, like she's typing, and then it goes away. And then there's 3 dots, like she's typing, and then it goes away. And that happens a couple more times.
Is that something that she usually does, or should I be slightly concerned?
It's not real common for her. It's a little weird. But you also know that there's a lot between you and Raina that can't be discussed this way.
Yeah.
And as you're kind of pondering that fact, Giselle and Louvier, you two are up.
Well, how was your evening?
Delightful.
Garth kind of like comes stumbling out the door behind Louvier, like holding on to his denim shirt, but he's got his jeans on, and he just kind of, "Ma'am," and like bolts for the elevator.
Good boy. Delightful.
I'm so glad.
Giselle, where you had left Tippy's body just kind of like sitting there, not even a sign of a struggle. Literally no evidence. It's a good hotel.
Excellent.
And as
Nice
the three
to know
of
that
you
things are
step
taken
out,
care of.
as the 3 of you step out of your rooms and reconvene in this marble oasis that is Carmina's penthouse suite, the rotary phone is going to ring.
I will pick it up.
Miss Carmina, ma'am, is that you?
Yes, it is my suite.
Hi, it's Trevor again. There's an angry lady down here asking for you.
What is her name? What does she look like?
It's kind of odd, ma'am. She looks a little like you if you were not as put together. I think she said her name was Isadora something.
Ah, yes. Did she state anything else, or was she being just frantic and
I believe her exact words were, those fuckers had better meet me in the bar in 5 minutes or I'm taking this whole building. So, something like that.
okay. Please let her know that I will be down shortly.
Yes, ma'am, can do. Hope you got a restful night's sleep. Okay, bye-bye now.
Thank you. And I will take, she said 5. I'll be down in 20 minutes with everybody else.
God.
And you know what? I think that's a good place for us to leave it this evening.
Yeah.
With the 3 of you in the elevator on your way down to meet up with Miss Isadora Payne.
This is gonna be wild.
Oh man, guys.
Yikes.
That was not what I had written, but it was good.
Welcome to the Hotel Magnus.
Yeah,
See,
that's us.
there will probably be one opening up near you summer 2023. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to my beautiful, amazing cast. Thank you to Katie, who's running production. Let's go around and meet everybody. So let's start with Jen this week.
I am Jen Kretschmer. You can find me on Twitter as @DreamWisp. You can find me streaming on Twitch as DreamWispJen. On Tuesdays, you can find me on Demi Plane RPG, playing here on Heroes of the Plane, where my character Alindra is also in Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, the video game. What else is going on? I'm one of the authors on Candlekeep Mysteries, which is one of the most recent D&D books. I'm the creator of the Accessibility and Gaming Resource Guide, and I have a bunch of cool stuff coming up. A board game I consulted on is on Kickstarter right now. It is called Valor and Villainy. It's by Skybound. It's very, very cool. And other announcements soon to come.
Awesome. Gabe.
Hello, I'm Gabe James Games across the internet. A couple things I did. I worked on the Ukatoa book. I worked on the Ukatoa game. The Critical Role did a live stream play of today, which was fun to watch. I worked on the Paizo Pathfinder book, the Mwangi Expanse that came out today. It's a bunch of other stuff that I worked on that's finally coming out, and I'm basically just going to sleep for half of July because I forgot that I can do that.
Which half?
It's probably going to be intermittent halves, like work 1 week, sleep 1 week. I'm going to basically
like
be
a cumulative half.
Swapping hibernation.
It's intermittent fasting, but with naps. It's
intermittent napping.
Intermittent
oh my
napping. It looks like we lost Nora.
No.
I choose to believe that that's because she just has so much going on that her whole life was like overloaded and just.
That makes sense. She's like, I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it.
There's a lot. Go find her on Twitter, Neurological Everywhere. She's beautiful and amazing and
on the Black Dice Society.
Yeah.
And all sorts of amazing things.
Yeah, all of these people do. I've been your storyteller tonight. I'm Diana D'Amico @DamicoDiana on Twitter. I'm the Dice Affiliate Manager for Die Hard Dice. I run a bunch of stuff over on my own channel, Bard and Barbarian. And I want to thank you guys so much for joining us. Next week, we'll be back. Same great time, same great channel, 7:30 Pacific time on Wednesday. We'll have Cynthia back then, and maybe Nora will figure out how to get back online by then too. And our wonderful kindred will get to meet Isadora.
Oh gosh.
I'm so excited.
We're
but thank
such
you guys
big
so
trouble.
much for joining us. Yeah.
Oh, and we have a subreddit now too.
Oh yeah, we do. We
For the
have a
show.
subreddit thanks to one of our fans. You can find it over on my Twitter for sure. I think everyone else shared it too. So check that out. It's got some fan art and some cool theories and things like that going on. So we'll see you all next week. Have a wonderful evening and a great week. We'll see you then.